Good morning and welcome back to Breakfast Television. We've been having a great day at the St. Boniface Museum learning about their summer programming. Now we're looking at something that they're doing inside of the St. Boniface Cemetery. To tell you a little bit more about that, I'd like to introduce you to Julienne. So can you explain what theater in the cemetery is all about?
Well, theater in the cemetery is something that we do. It's a great way to learn some of the history about the cemetery and in a more interactive way. So it's a play that we do. I am a gravedigger in the cemetery, and someone has just died.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So, I guess it's too late to do anything about that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I'm trying to find a place to dig a hole to bury this guy, but someone over here doesn't let me because some pretty important people are buried here.
Okay.
So I have to find some place that nobody is buried, but that's pretty hard because yeah, and then every time I go to a tomb, she has to explain why he's so important, and then maybe sometimes the person buried there comes back to life.
Whoa.
And explains their story.
All right, sounds like a very interesting thing. Thank you very much, Julienne. So, very like dramatized sort of tour. So we're getting that history, learning about the people who are buried here. Janique, you are playing the role of a teacher, yes. And I'm guessing in this role you've learned some interesting things about the cemetery. So what's the most interesting thing you've learned about this particular location?
I've learned a lot about the cathedrals here in the cemetery. I learned that there were 6 churches built on the site, and 4 were cathedrals, and this one, the third one, was burnt in 1968, and they rebuilt the 4th one inside the ruins of the 3rd one.
Oh, that's pretty neat. So we get to keep the facade and then still have a functional cathedral inside.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much. Learning some of the fun facts. Now, Mary-Ave, you are the gravedigger's assistant, correct?
I sure am.
Someday, Mary-Ave, you'll become the full-blown gravedigger.
I hope.
But until then, you have to keep on learning some more facts that you're going to be sharing about the cemetery inside of the production. So what's the most interesting thing that you've learned?
I learned that Marianne Gabory, the first white woman to settle permanently out west, died at the age of 95 years old.
95 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And if I understand correctly, that is actually the grandmother of someone very famous that we have heard of and who's also buried inside of this cemetery, Louis Riel.
Yep.
So we can see Louis Riel's grave, his grandmother, and we can see you guys bringing this history to life. When can we check you out? How does this work?
You can check us out any day of the week except for Thursdays and Sundays. We have a play at 1 p.m. and one at 3 p.m., alternating between a French one and an English one.
All right, definitely something you want to check out. You've driven past the cemetery. This is your chance to really learn about the history. We got the details on our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. Taking a quick break here on BT, but more to come later today on City.